Actually, it's probably, hey, folks. I had already said that, but knowing the way this thing works is different. Tonight is an impromptu stream. It's going to be a little bitty one, no more than a half hour. I promised my wife. We're not even concerned if we get one single viewer tonight, folks.
No, I'm not coming up, hon.
You're not coming up? Well, you are. It's just not showing up on your device. We're trying to find the stream.
Okay.
And it'll take a minute or two to register, I'm sure.
I'm going
If you
now.
can't find the stream, go to my channel and look under live. This is by the seat of our pants, folks, and I hope you can hear me.
Oh,
and I'll
goodness.
explain myself in a minute. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to go there either.
Okay. I've got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Good. So we are live? Yeah, it's
I've got
registering. Okay, I see that. Hello to all from George Music 4. I've seen you all over the internet, brother. For all 4 seasons. Amen to that entire moniker. How you doing, brother? Caitlin, it was so good to see you in, darling. Christopher Francis, how you doing, brother? Hello from, let's see, who is this? Raleigh Wellborn. I'm looking on a real small device and I don't want it closer, right? And Vake Crinhart, message retracted. Okay, that's all right. And Doc Insomnia got mine. Okay, so we've got, how many people do we have in right now? We've got 14 watching. That's 14 more than I thought I'd get. Okay, the reason we're doing this, how do I sound, first of all, folks? Is the sound. Kimberly, would you like to speak up for a moment, darling?
Hello.
Okay.
I got a mic.
I've got a mic, she says. And we're just wondering how that's coming across with you guys. And hello to Miss Kimberly from Christopher Francis. Let's see, I didn't want to be redundant, so retracted post. Okay, I see what you're talking about, man. Sound excellent. Great. So Kimberly's voice is not overriding mine. We did several test recordings, but that it would be foolish of me to even try and stream tomorrow night, which is my usual time, 5 o'clock, okay, 5 p.m. We're going to be talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which we've talked about quite a bit on this channel, but it's been a long time since I've talked about who isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I'll be watching that tonight. I know it's already started, but I'm bound and determined to get over there and watch it so that you guys don't have to, mainly. But the main reason we're doing tonight is just to test sound equipment, folks, okay? And tomorrow night, we're going to hit the ground running with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, followed by Royce's show. He's going to be covering Jimi Hendrix, and I'll be on the panel then as well. Let's see. Oh, a big shout out to Ben Scheidecker for the camel reference. I listened to a bit of them. I'm going to be listening to more, brother. I thank you for that. And an apology to Jorge Pita for being timed out. It evidently was a mistake. And I've got to take responsibility for this, folks. We've been trolled quite a bit on this channel. And I have what I call, if you see a wrench with some of these folks, they're tribal marshals. You might call them moderators. And they are basic moderators. They can time people out for up to 24 hours. And the reason for that is because we've had just a ton of trolling here. Now, and in the future, I will make this clear. I made this clear on earlier streams, and I keep forgetting. See, I'm new to streaming relatively. I've only been doing this since January. I keep forgetting I get brand new people in who weren't here during the original stream so much. And I always used to say, with great power comes great responsibility. All right, so I just don't fear taking out any trolls. But for language, you know, I've been known to be a bit salty in my language. I really have to watch my mouth up here, and sometimes that hasn't worked, has it? So salty language, unless it's salty language combined with just an outright troll remark, then I say kick them to the curb. Okay? Absolutely. However, we don't want to harm newcomers. We don't want to make this look like it's hard to make a comment. Oh, if I dare say this, or if I dare disagree with Michael, that's not going to work. And of course, I always invite people to disagree with me all the time. All right. I ask everybody to be respectful. I try to be respectful in my remarks. If I criticize an artist or a band, I always try to bring in the good points about that band, even bands that I don't care for. As many of you know, I don't care for Motley Crue at all, never have, but even I have mentioned that in their prime, they were an ass-kicking band. They were just a hair kind of band. They were coming out a dime a dozen in those days, and I didn't care for it. I was at the end of my musical career. Well, my first generation. I've had 3 different generations, of music careers in my life, and I was just getting done with my first bit of the music career, and these hair bands were just coming out right and left, and I just didn't care for it. That was right around in my early 20s, right? But I always try to bring up the good. So if there's a hell or a damn or an occasional, that's not grounds for dismissal. Now, I made this clear on Royce's show, but I felt like I was, closing the barn door after the animals had already, escaped. That doesn't work, and so I just wanted to make it clear. I don't want to discourage the marshals from doing their job, but I also want each and every one of us, because we're all tribal marshals, all right? All right, I'm the head marshal. I have the most power. I can do things even the marshals can't, right? So I want this to be an open forum, all right? For those of you who might just be tricking into this and go, what the hell is this guy yammering about? I'm Michael Noland. The channel's name is The Bottom Line, or Michael Noland, The Bottom Line. And when I stream on Sundays and Wednesdays, like I said, this is an impromptu deal here, and we're going to be on and off before you know it. But I did want to let you know that when we do the tribal forum, I serve as the tribal, basically the tribe master. And that's an old nickname from my longtime viewers they gave me, and I thought it fit real well in here. And tribe master doesn't mean, I said it in my last stream, I'm the big jello sheriff, everything goes my way. I encourage dialogue, absolute dialogue that is respectful. You think I'm off your rocker, you can say you're off your rocker, Noland, all you want, all right? Freedom of speech, all of that stuff should exist on this forum. But we're not going to be peppered with some of the troll activity, and I'll explain that in just a generalized way here. We got troll remarks that have been sexually inappropriate, not only to everybody on this channel, both male and female, but then again and again and again against certain female tribal members. I will not tolerate that. And that's why we talk about troll alerts, when I go through channel business on my channel.
Hun?
All right? Yeah, baby.
Dr. Insomnia says, we can make it happen. Yeah, we can make
Right
it
on,
happen.
Doc. Yeah, thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
Dr.
And that's the whole
Insomnia.
spirit of this thing, or it will be before I'm done with it, right? Now, you guys have seen me. You get me as I am. If I'm in a pissed off mood, right, and I just let it all hang out there. I come up as I am. I don't go Tuesday and Wednesday and then I need to go to the sun. Why? I need to be perfect. No, I don't even worry about that kind of shit, And so I just, see what I'm talking about? I got to watch my mouth, all right? And I want that kind of free dialogue, and I want our skin to be thick enough to handle a little rebuttal. Come on, man. I mean, this is freaking America and here, and if you're part of the worldwide tribe, who in the hell has anything against freedom of speech? This channel's not going to be for you kind of folks, you know? So everybody gets to open dialogues. Now, we don't talk politics, we don't talk religion, and philosophy, yeah, well, we skirt around that a little bit in our discussions of classic rock. I'd like to keep it all on that if you guys don't mind. Let's see, who else? Another thing I wanted to mention, I was on Joe Mayo's, well, I wasn't on his stream, but I was viewing his stream, and he brought up one of my remarks, and he evidently had watched one of our tribal forums, and I just wanted to give him a tip of the hat for at least, you know, featuring. He features all of the comments, but he featured my channel, or my channel's comment, and I even said, I'm starting to second guess myself on something I swore I wouldn't buy. No, don't worry. It's not anthology. I am convinced I don't care for that release. But the more and more I hear the remastered versions of the Wings box set, I'm hoping that Santa will send it to me for Christmas. Now, don't hit me, I'm sorry. But like I said, you know, I was firm in that decision early this year. I even brought it up here on the tribal forum. I thought, where is London Town? Where is Back to the Egg? And that, he was doing exactly what the Beatles were doing and everything. But I got to tell you, this whole set, man, I got to have it. He's my number one guy. All right. John and him were tied in that position, right? But after John was murdered, he went on and he still provided us with masterpieces even after John's death. So over the decades, if there's one guy I have followed more than any band or anybody, it's Paul McCartney. And I did have a chance to get the Wings, what was that called? The original, you know, the album with the statue and all that. Joe was mentioning that on his channel. It's just not coming to mind. Wings Greatest, thank you. Where did that come from? But anyway, and I didn't get it. I'm still kicking myself. But then I'm starting to think, you know, I don't have a good, and you guys go, but you don't even like compilation albums, Michael. On the whole, I'm not crazy about them. But I've got compilation albums of Leonard Skinner. That does it for me. I do want their first couple albums in addition, right? I have a compilation album of the Beach Boys, right? And I may get one or two more of those, but that'll do it for me. So it's not like I never get compilation albums. Those two were gifts, by the way, from Royce, all right? So all of that kind of fits into my kind of thinking. And I was more angry with Paul doing the same thing that the Beatles are doing this year, especially when he had stuff that was kind of promised to us and was never delivered. And I'm talking about a remastered London Town album and a remastered Back to the Egg. I think it's a disservice to those, and there's enough cuts from those albums that I want to hear the remaster and see if there's any sizzle to it. Okay, so just to let you guys know, I want to thank you. I meant to mention this several times, haven't I, Kimberly?
Yes, you sure have.
Hyping videos. For those of you who have done that, a lot of you hyped a couple of my videos, and they both hit over 20,000 views. So hyping videos, you get to hype 3 videos a week. And for those of you who are willing to give me any amount of hypes per week, I just wanted to say thank you, because it really does help. I meant to mention this several times, then a super thanks would come in or something like that would come in, and my attention would get diverted. By the way, by this time tomorrow, the channel will have reached I know this for a fact because my stats are always 2 days behind. And right now we're at 12,730 some odd thousand views for the channel in 4 years. Okay, so by tomorrow we'll be able to say we have actually amassed 12.75 million views. I take them by the quarters these days, folks. And we have merch. I'll talk about that another time. This is just kind of an impromptu. The main reason, if not a single one of you had shown up, I was just going to go ahead and watch the replay on it and see what needs to be done, and I'm going to be doing that tonight. We got 25 watching, and nobody knew I was coming, baby. Isn't that something?
That's awesome.
Oh, I love
it.
I absolutely love it. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, we've talked about people being unsubscribed, and last 3 days, we've lost over 25 subscribers that have nothing to do with my videos or people having enough of my face or anything like that. It's more shenanigans, but despite that, we are still at 46,650, so we're halfway to 46.7. Let's see. I'm not going to do shout outs tonight. I'll save that for the proper. This won't be viewed by enough people, and there's a chance that I'll just save this for members. I'll leave it up for a few hours for those of you who are, whatever, but I'm not going to leave it up in the regular rankings or streams or anything like that. Tonight is not Tribal Forum number, where were we at? Tribal Forum number 84. That'll be tomorrow night. Nor is it 83. That was the last time, folks. All right. So I want to thank you. Please continue to make, like I said, I'll leave this up. Leave me some suggestions about the channel, all right? Or leave me your analysis on the sound. Was this a superior sound? Kimberly, why don't we just talk here for a second? I want people to kind of get the idea of how we'd sound. So, what did you think about the World Series?
I don't think anything about it.
Yeah, I do it.
I'm sorry.
Me neither.
Except
the Americans won. That's what I heard anyway.
Yeah.
Don't follow the game anymore. Played it tons. But I'm just trying to get some kind of dialogue going.
Yeah.
Kimberly,
absolutely.
by the way, for any new viewers,
I finally
she's
got
my
a
wife.
mic.
She's the tribal queen, and she's my co-host off camera, and she is the one who types in for me, because usually during my streams I have a topic, right? And I go at it just like I'd be shooting one of my videos, only I'm allowed to look at my notes instead of having to memorize whole chunks of a video and shoot that, then go into part 2, which is the way I used to do things. I like it. I like being on. You've seen me lose my train of thought, but that's me live. Sometimes I can't think of an artist. Yeah, who's that guy? Ted Nugent. Oh, that's right. Because for some reason I always forget Ted Nugent's name, don't I?
Yeah.
All right, folks. Like I said, this was going to be quick and painless. I want to thank each and every one of you who have been supporting this channel. I want to thank all of you brand new subscribers. We are doing our best to give you better and better entertainment. The sound tonight is the result of us upgrading mics, putting Kimberly on. I had to buy a whole kit, right? And if this suffices on review and with your feedback, then we may have hit a sweet spot, at least for the next year. And then I would like to go to really a more high-class mic, but we'll be in a better studio situation by then. Okay, folks, I love each and every one of you. You know that. And don't forget, go on over to my latest video that's set to be released on tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST. So I'm out here in the Central Valley in California, so West Coast. Adjust your times accordingly. And make sure you give me a thumbs up. It would be great if for some freaking reason we could beat 27 thumbs up when I start. That's our record so far. We're getting a bigger audience each and every time. If we make this a welcoming channel, that will grow. I shudder to think of anybody that we've lost because they thought favoritism or anything. That's never been the game here. All these people, the tribal marshals, they've all been very loving. There may have been a mistake last week. It doesn't matter. We're all very forgiving of mistakes around here. That's no big deal. But it was just, this stream gave me a chance to kind of call that out. And let's be as sensible as we demand the trolls to be, because they're incapable of that. So that makes them the inferior ones, and let us be more civilized in our whole approach. All right, folks? Okay, love the hell out of you, and I'll see you tomorrow night at 5 p.m. PST. Good Lord. Ben Scheidegger. Thank you. I hope you saw my shout out to you earlier.
Oh, Ben, that's so sweet.
He gave us a $2 super thanks.
Oh, Ben is always so
just to
wonderful.
let you know, if you guys just tripped into this thing for the first time, it doesn't even have a thumbnail. A lot of people do give us super thanks on our regular streams. I didn't expect to get a single one tonight. That was not even the approach. But thank you, Ben. You know, this stream has been a moneymaker right there, buddy. But these people support the channel financially. There's a good reason for that. They're aware of that. And I'll usually handle information regarding all of that on a Wednesday night. So I won't be approaching that too much tomorrow night. But I'm sure by next Wednesday, we'll talk a little bit why people are supporting the channel and everything. It all goes back. This whole sound system, you guys paid for. All right? And you will help us we're still looking for other improvements. And what you give us goes directly into the studio. No shit, Sherlock. I swear to God. All right? Okay, guys. Again, I hope to see you tomorrow night, 5 p.m. PST, okay? Adjust your time accordingly, and let's get those thumbs up going for tomorrow night's stream. I think we had 7 when I was looking at. We only needed another 14, folks, to tie, 15 to break a record, and who knows what could happen from there. All right, I'll see you tomorrow night, folks. Good night.